Hey folks, Fromark here once again. I'm sorry it's been a little while since my last episode of Fromark Talks, and it's been a little while since I've had anything to upload really. It's not without trying either. I've been working behind the scenes to get stuff together. I'm still gonna keep doing Let's Plays, and I'm still gonna keep doing the Fromark Talks show over here. I haven't forgot about all you, and I plan on keeping this channel going for as long as I can. It's just I have been so busy behind the scenes, things have been non-stop, I tell you what, folks. I hope you're all doing good. I know I'm doing alright. It was a rough day. It was a rough start to the day. I'll admit I've been battling depression and stuff a little bit more often here lately, but I'm sure I'll be alright. Everything's gonna be alright, and that's not what's been holding me back really from making videos, as I've got a lot of good stuff going on in my life. This video, I like to think of it as a bit of an episode update where I talk about what's been going on behind the scenes. And what has been going on behind the scenes, folks? Well, for example, I got contacts now. I don't have to worry about wearing glasses if I don't want to. And honestly, I feel like a completely and totally different person now that I'm in the world of contact lenses. I've been wearing glasses since I was 8 years old, and it feels nice to change things up finally. It took me so long to finally get around to wearing contacts and figuring out how to wear contacts. Mostly because whenever I was 15, I tried contacts for the first time. And I was freaking out, and I was crying for my mom because it was like, how do I get these things out of my eyes? Ah! But that's pretty much what it was. It's not for everybody. And that was my biggest problem for years was, if I have no problem getting them in, and well, now I have no problems being able to just pluck them out, but I know whenever I first tried to, it was one of them things where I couldn't quite figure out how to do it the first time, so I just gave up, put it on the back burner, and came back to it a couple of months ago at the time of recording this. I do still have glasses that I wear from time to time, but I do enjoy wearing contacts a little bit more. Like I said, it feels like I'm a completely different person now, and I feel like it's kind of done wonders for my self-esteem and my body image issues. And really, though, there's nothing wrong with glasses, and I'm fine with the glasses I got. It's just, there's plenty of things I nitpick about myself, and glasses happens to be one of those things. But getting and learning how to use contacts has been a fun acquisition. And speaking of acquisitions, folks, in a previous video that I made last year, I detailed that I was in the process of getting a little piece of property that used to belong to my grandparents many years ago, and I've got exciting news. I was finally able to get that piece of property. It's all mine. Well, mine and the bank's until I pay that loan off, but honestly, it's kind of like a dream come true, really. I've got a lot to feel good about and a lot to be happy about. I'll admit, though, sometimes the dark thoughts come in, and it's just like, sometimes the good can be outweighed by the bad. But that's why it's important to seek help when you need to, and to just remain strong, and to try to remain positive. And there's nothing wrong with having these kind of feelings sometimes. Sometimes people just need help, and sometimes people need to talk about these things. But back to the good stuff, though. I'm gonna keep this video as good as possible. I wanna keep that good stuff rolling. But yeah, so I finally got the property. I finally met with the owners, and we were able to work out a pretty reasonable deal where I was able to get it for $12,000, and now the goal from here, get the place cleaned up. That has been a chore, and that gives me a lot of extra reason to live and work, and it gives me a little something extra to feel good about, and gives me an extra sense of purpose, which I'll take all the purpose I can get right now. Most of my days off, I pretty much just spend over on the property working and getting stuff cleaned up, and there's always something to do, folks. There's always something to do. My grandpa, he was a bit of a hoarder, and he always had a lot of random junk lying around, whether it be car parts or just various knickknacks or odds and ends or tools. He was always working on something. That's the one thing I remember the most about my grandpa. He was always working on something, and I wish he was still around sometimes. I wish he could see me getting this place back together and cleaning it up. And it's certainly been a process. And most of my days have been pretty much spent waking up, going to the gym, getting my workouts in, coming back home, and applying all the strength and gains I get at the gym to the property. And most of the time it's just me working there until it gets dark. So really, folks, I apologize for the lack of content here lately on the channel. It's mostly just been because how busy I've been, and when I'm not busy, I sure have been struggling a little bit behind the scenes, and I don't need y'all worrying about me. Like I said, it's all gonna be alright, everything's gonna be fine. It's just, sometimes I get to feeling a little meh. But another exciting piece of news, I'm one step closer to having the EP finished. The Honest Lies EP is nearly done. I know I've been saying that for quite some time, and this has been a project a little over 2 years in the making. But I am right on the finish line, folks. It is almost done, and I can't wait for you to hear it. It's gonna be good. I've even written out a script for a faux advertisement for the EP once everything's done. I want to come up with like a little mock commercial of like an operators are standing by, order now kind of thing. Just want to have a little bit of fun with this. I want to pour as much heart and soul and energy and skill as I have into this project, but it hasn't been without brick walls and forks in the road and frustration. This is, like I said, it's been 2 years in the making, and I had really hoped that I would have had this thing done months ago. The property and the depression hasn't been the main issue. It's just been finding the time and finding the drive to be able to finish this thing up. But I know that some of y'all are looking forward to hearing it, and I can't wait to share it. I feel like it's my best work yet, and that's another thing that I've not really been in a big hurry to finish this project because I want it to be as good as possible. I want to give it as much time in the oven as I can, and one thing that has helped me significantly with this project is my friend Cody. We took a bit of a friendship hiatus, if you will, for a couple of years, but him coming back into my life was a good thing. He's a good friend, he's good people, and he's always got good advice, and he had some really good creative advice. He's a bit of a musician and studio guy himself, and he was able to give me some rather sharp criticism, but necessary criticism, because I was ready to just push this project out the door when it was clearly not ready, and he was like, dude, you need to spend a little more time getting this thing together. So I've just been doing that. I've been trying to get this thing together to the best of my ability whenever I have the time and the drive, and it's all gonna pay off real soon. It's just like with this property, I have got so much to do with this place. There's a lot of trash yet to clean up. One of the big things I gotta clean up is this trailer that somebody harvested all the good stuff off of, like all of the aluminum and wiring, and they just left the frame and the guts, and so I've been cleaning that up, and it feels good to be over there doing all this work and to be able to work on something that I feel like I have plenty of control over, which is where a lot of my stress comes from in life, is I tend to stress about things that I don't have much control over. Which I know it sounds silly, but I guess we all do it from time to time. And with this property, it feels like I can just go over there, become one with nature, clean things up little by little, day by day. I'm always getting something done over there. I'm always unlocking more territory that's covered in trash and throwing that trash away, and landscaping and maintaining the yard to the best of my ability. I know that my grandpa would be proud of me if he was still alive, and I just wish he could see it. And speaking of seeing it, folks, I'm thinking the next Fromark Talks video I do will probably be live from the property. I will do a little walkthrough and show you all how all that's been coming along, and try to detail a little bit of the progress a little bit better in that video. And this is my baby now. It's gonna take a few years to get all this together because how much there is to do. I mean, after I get that trailer cleaned up, I've still got plenty left to landscape. I've got a house to demolish. That's gonna be fun. From there, build a house on it, and that will become the future HQ of Fromark Industries, which it's kind of funny thinking about for me personally, because Fromark Industries started off as this fictional company that I came up with in high school to do some yard work for my neighbors and just little odds and ends here and there. It'd be like, oh, you need your yard mowed? Fromark Industries is on the job. So it kind of feels like Fromark Industries is back in full swing doing all this stuff, and there's never a dull moment on the property. There's always something to do, and it feels good to be able to work on something that I'm really passionate about, and that in a way it kind of feels like I'm leaving the world as a bit of a better place, as getting this little spot of land cleaned up hasn't been easy, but I mean, it's good for that section of the environment, I guess, to get all that out of there and cleaned up and maintained. And so in a way, I guess I'm doing kind of a good thing. It feels good to do good things. But yeah, folks, once again, I want to apologize for the extended breaks in between Fromark Plays episodes over here. I'm still going to record some stuff. I'm still going to have plenty of stuff on the channel through the rest of this year. Just give me a little bit of time to get everything together and to allow things to cook. And yeah, this channel's not dead. I don't want y'all thinking that. I know I've already lost a couple of subscribers in the last month, and yeah, and that sucks, but it's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright, and the channel going forward is gonna be alright. I hope to keep y'all posted on this property as it all comes along, and like I said, in the next Fromark Talks, I will probably be live on the scene from the place to show y'all what's been going on. So yeah, this has been my little update video, I guess, and this has been Fromark of Fromark Talks, Fromark Plays, Fromark Industries, and the new Fromark EP on the way, which, I don't know, sometimes I think about growing the fro back out, but I just haven't committed to it. And it's kind of funny, I like to use the Fromark name, but I never grow the fro back out for any of the Fromark materials. In fact, the only piece of Fromark media that I can think of that even has me with remotely close to a fro is the Said and Done single artwork. Other than that, though, I just like to keep my hair short and professional and easy to manage and maintain. But I would like to try to figure out something different to do with it. I would like to experiment with my appearance just a little bit more. Since I got contacts, I would like to find other neat things I can do to kind of spruce up my appearance and change things around. But yeah, folks, I should have the Honest Lies EP out by the end of the summer, I'm hoping. Don't hold me to that because anything could happen, but I'm still working on it. It's almost done. Please just give me a little bit of time. But until then, folks, once again, this has been Fromark, and I will see you in whatever it is I do next. And I hope you all take care, stay safe, do whatever you need to do, and I'll see you in what I do next time. I'll see you later, folks.